goodness. Hey everybody, it's Jennifer at Studio J Company. Happy Thursday. Totally random Facebook Live. But I wanted to I've been in this patriotic crafting mood lately. But we do have several patriotic holidays coming up. So it's a good time to start, Always be prepared in advance. So as you pop in, say hi. Let me know you're here. If you're watching the replay, if you don't see that red live button and you catch the replay, just comment #replay and I will know you came by. Hey, Susan. This is going to be a super easy, quick project. I'm using a piece of scrap wood that has been sitting. I think I was using it as my ironing board on a project recently. And so it's been sitting over here, leaning against my trash can. Hey, Donna. Hello. So it's like a 1 by, I think it's a piece of a 1 by 10. Nothing fancy, just plain old unfinished wood. Not sure what it was cut off of, but we're going to turn it into something pretty. And I titled this Red, White, and Bloom because it's going to be like red, white, and blue, patriotic, but instead of stars, I'm going to put some little flowers. These are just some little flowers that I have in my craft stash out of my scoops. Hey, Diane. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Karen. So I think I'm going to use these instead of stars. That's where I got the whole red, white, and bloom. If you don't have those, even if you did, like if you wanted to do one of these, even if you did decoupage flowers, if you've got like paper with flowers. But I printed out, excuse me, these allergies are still getting me from where I think we stirred up a bunch of stuff with this when we were pressure washing. So excuse me if I cough a lot. Hey, Jill, how are you? So I printed out these are some of the files that I had bought off Etsy, like over the past year or so. But I printed out the blue. So I'm going to do the little blue block for, like at the top of the flag where the stars would be. I'm going to use this. I thought this was really pretty. It looks like wood, like little strips of distressed wood. And then I printed out this. It's just a little red and white print. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to tear it into strips for my red stripes. And I'm gonna paint this block. Nothing perfect. I'm just gonna get some paint on here because I think where the white stripes are, I might use this one. I got this at Dollar Tree the other day. Wait a minute, let me hold something behind it so you can see it. Over by the stickers, they have the stamps, little clear stamps. So I got this one. I like it because I like all the like greenery and floral type stuff. I might use that, or I might use this. I think I might have got this off Whatnot. Sorry, I forget. You can't see these clear stamps unless I hold something behind it. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Rebecca. This one, because really, you're not really going to be able to tell what it says. It's just going to be for, sometimes we'll use paper that has like writing on it that we don't really know what it says, or we don't care. We just use it for the words. Okay, so I'm just going to slap a little white paint on this just to get it started. Any white paint, because like I said, most of it's going to be covered with paper, so it won't matter. So, how is everybody? How was your day? Mine is, the weather has been gross. It's been raining. It stormed all night. So, yucky outside. So can't work on the porch or anything like that. So I thought if I'm inside, I've been packing up our subscription boxes for May. Also Scoops boxes. I don't know if y'all know. I have a Scoops subscription box And anybody that's in any of my other subscription groups, t-shirt or private craft group or anything like that, it's an add-on. They can add on if they want to. And most of the ladies have the scoops box added on. So I was sorting out, going through all the scoops bins and loading up the little goodie bags. Because scoops come in handy. Like these little flowers that I'm using, I call it my scoops bar. I've got like a little bucket over here I use. But scoops is just basically some of your stash, you know. And so my subscription thing is I'm just sending out bundles of my stash to everybody. So every now and then it comes in handy. Is it rainy there too, Cynthia? Yeah, it's I think it's supposed to rain for like, seems like Greg said for well, this was the other day. He said it's supposed to rain for like 5 days. I was like, no. Although, I mean, it does help. But we had just pressure washed some of our outdoor rugs, and he had them laying in the driveway drying in the sun. And then it started raining. I'm like, now they're soaked again. So it's really not a good place. He draped it over the deck rail, you know, to get it up off the ground. But it's still out in the rain when it rains, so it's going to take forever for that thing to dry. But it's amazing how dirty those rugs get. But that one that he cleaned was on our back porch, and that one gets a lot of dog traffic. I mean, they run in and out through that door, and they run right across my rug. So, sunny there. You finished your yard work this morning at 8 a.m. You finished at 8 a.m. What time did you start, Diane? You're an early bird. Okay. I'm going to lower y'all down a little bit. You can't even see what I'm doing. Hey, Patty. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Okay. So we're doing a patriotic project here. This is just a piece of scrap wood. I am going to paint the sides. So just get a little coat of white paint on here. And then we'll get to it. Hey, Margie. How are you? Hey, Melissa. Hey, y'all. This is not sounding good. Does anybody have this? The Ranger? I haven't had it that long. I mean, I've had it, I guess I've had it 2 years. Do they normally last longer than that? It's sounding kind of weak. You know, I like it, but there's some days I like this because it's quiet. But I like the hair dryer better because it's got the cool shot. And sometimes I don't like using the heat. I just want to dry stuff, but I don't want to use the heat. How long have you had yours, Melissa? Has it lasted? I mean, it's still working, but it's starting to sound a little sick. But I do like it. I do like that it's quiet, because like when I used to use my hair dryer, I had to like stop talking when I was drying because it was so loud. Hi, Louise. You were just falling asleep at 8 a.m. Mine sounds loud. It is making a weird noise. The other day, I kept having to like, I've got one of those, I have this tower for all my my stuff that's plugged in. I kept having to touch it with my foot because it felt like it wasn't staying plugged in. So, I don't know. All right, let me just get a little. I'm not going to do the back. I'm just going to get a little on the sides because we're going to do something with the sides too. It does sound loud, doesn't it? Get some more paint. Okay. Just get these sides. Like I said, they don't have to be perfect. Oh, I should have done it chippy. That would have looked good. But I'm going to stamp over it, so it'll be all right. Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah, in the summertime, you have to start everything early. Of course, I guess now it's already starting to heat up. You got to get an early start before that sun gets out. So I was telling Greg, I mean, sometimes it's so miserable here in the summer. You really can't even enjoy your outdoor spaces. We were looking at a fan for our gazebo. It doesn't have, it doesn't have electricity run to it, but we do have an extension cord run under the ground and up to it with like multi outlets. So we can plug stuff in, and we found a electric ceiling fan, an outdoor electric. So you plug it in, and it showed it was exactly the thing we need, because it was showing it in one of these gazebo type things. So I think we might order that. But it is set up down there under some trees, so it does stay shaded, so that helps. That helps a little bit. I know, it does sound sick, don't it? I might have to get another one. Seems like I heard one person doing lives talking about theirs caught on fire. Or I don't know if it caught on fire or if it was like shooting flames or something. So maybe it's a sign. Get rid of it before there's a problem. Better safe than sorry. Okay, here it goes again. Sometimes it sounds okay. Making me tired. Okay. I think that's good. All right, scrap wood. I just did a little coat of white. Not even a real serious heavy coat. Okay. And so if you came in late, I just printed out this paper on regular paper. It's just on my printer. Blew up, and that would be me. Somebody's blew up? I don't want that. I do not want that. Okay, so I'm going to use this blue to go. It's going to go up in my... Now, keep in mind, there's fuzz flying around here. Keep in mind my camera is flipped. Like, if you notice, everything's backwards. I am putting the blue at the top left corner. I always get somebody that'll say, you did your flag wrong. And I'm like, no. So I have to take a picture and show. But I'm going to put that at the top left corner. And then for my stripes, I'm going to leave the white that I did. But then I'm going to take this printed, it's just paper, regular paper, regular printout. I'm going to take this, and I'm gonna tear them so that they're kind of, you know, I don't want them to be like cut super neat. But I need a straight edge. Hang on a second. All right, I've got this 5-gallon paint stick. I'm going to use this just to mark off. Let's see how many I need. I need one. Let's see. I don't know if I want it that thick. Hold on. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how many. One. I'm just going to guess that. I don't even want it perfect. I'm going to do, I'm just going to use a regular paint stick. Sorry, I'm making that more complicated than it has to be. Oh. Hey, it's got that. Alright, I'll use the big one. You can use a ruler, or you can just guess at it. I don't need it to be perfect. Where did my pencil go? There. I think I'll need one, let's see, 2, maybe 4. I'm just going to alternate red, white, red, white. Okay. So I can't go into it too much or I'll get upset and start crying, but I got Callie sent off this morning. She is moving to Florida. So, and her dad is driving down tomorrow to go help her. She's got some people helping her drive the U-Haul down and everything. But her dad's going to go down tomorrow and help her, you know, get everything settled in and everything. But hold on, I'm trying to find my water pen. But he's going to, because her little car was loaded down also, and I was like, I don't think that's a good idea for Riley, her dog. She has a big dog. He's Great Pyrenees, and which, if you know what those are huge. They're like a big polar bear. But I think he's got golden retriever in him somewhere too, because he's that color. But they said it's Great Pyrenees and German Shepherd, so he's a big dog, and he doesn't like to ride in the car as it is. Like even like 5 miles down the road, he doesn't like to. So I was like, that's going to be a hard ride for him. So, especially if she had her car loaded down with stuff. So her dad is going to drive down tomorrow. And I said, well, why don't you get him, leave Riley here, and he can come by here and get him. Because he's going down by himself. So he can just bring him down. And she's like, oh, that's a good idea. So he's still here. And he leaves tomorrow. I said, that way you can get down there and kind of get settled in. Because he's real skittish. Everything scares him. He's a big dog, but he's been that way since she got him. She got him from the animal shelter. All of our dogs are rescues. All of them. And he's just always been real skittish. So I told her I think it'd be better if she got moved in, and then that way when he gets there, she's kind of set up a little bit. So, should be interesting. Hey Sue, I am making, okay, hang on, I'll hold it up. It's just a piece of scrap wood that I have, and I'm making a patriotic, I guess it's a shelf sitter, but instead of doing stars, I titled it Red, White, and Bloom, because instead of stars, I'm going to do flowers where stars would normally be, and I'm not doing, you know, 50 stars or nothing like that, but it's only going to be like 5 stars, 4 or 5. And I'm just, so it's just a scrap of wood well, it's been sitting over here for a long time. And I've got some blue paper I printed off on my printer. Just something pretty. And then I also printed out this paper. And I'm just tearing it into strips. I just put a coat of white paint on that board. I'm just tearing out some little strips on this red and white paper. And I'm going to decoupage those on there. See where this goes. So just drew out some strips. I don't know how even these are going to be, but it's okay. I kind of want it to look a little shabby. Because if I was going for perfect, it would not come out perfect. So I might as well not even attempt it and be okay with how it turns out. I love this. I don't know why. I think of I don't know why I think of pillowcases when I see this kind of print. Not necessarily just the red, but just this print. What is that, damask? Is that how you say it? Damask? Fleur? I don't know. But I always think of pillowcases when I see that. Hey, Lisa. I know, I hope her dog adjusts. I keep telling her, I said, he's not really cut out for the heat. Because, like, he won't stay outside for long periods of time. Like, if we go, even if we go sit out on the porch, he'll go out there and lay. Even though it's a covered porch and it's shaded, it's just so hot. And I'm like, it's even worse in Florida. It's the humidity. She's like, Mom, you could move there. And I said, what are you talking about? I'm not moving. I'm not moving anywhere. So she's off on an adventure. And, you know, a lot of my friends, their kids have moved when they're young like that. They always come back. So she's got to check it out. All right. These are tearing really jagged, but it's okay. I may even tear them more. Wait, I got 4. 1, 2, 3. Let me see. I might not need. Can y'all see what I've got here? Oh, well, this is going to be torn because it's going to be shorter. 1. Cut those. I think this might be enough because these are going to be torn in half. Okay. So, I think I'm going to do my red stripes first. And I want it to kind of show. I love when you tear it, I love the little jagged edge. So I'm going to make sure this is up high enough that you can still see it down at the bottom. Oh, this is just long enough. I better cut this. I didn't even think to measure that. Okay. All right, so now I always do a dry fit first before I start gluing stuff down so I don't regret it. So let's see, red, white. White. Oh, I might only need 3. Maybe make them a little thinner. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself here. Sorry. I kind of want the red on each end. I don't really want to start it with a white stripe. So, let's see. It's an easy fix. I'm just going to make this a little teensy bit thinner. Just waiting. Oh, y'all, I have the cutest project, but I've got to run back to Dollar Tree. But you know the little over, like, they have all their little garden stuff, like seeds and flower pots and all that stuff. You know the little flower pots? They come in a pack of 10. They're, what are they called? They're like starter, like seedling starters. They're almost like cardboard. You know what I'm talking about? It's those little bitty, they're kind of brownish gray. anyway, they come in a pack of 10. So I have the cutest project, and I'm in an event this Sunday. I might save it for the event and do it then, because I've like I said, I've got to run to Dollar Tree and get another pack of those. But if y'all saw that Goodwill haul that I did a couple weeks back, I found a grapevine wreath that was covered in lavender, like faux lavender. And I only bought it, I even said, you know, I bought this because I wanted the lavender. I'll pluck the lavender off and use them in a project. And I got the cutest idea for it. But I just need to, I would have done it today, but I've got to grab a few more supplies. But y'all gotta, let's see, Sunday, I think it might be later in the day. It's like 4 o'clock, 4 or 5. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. But I know Sunday I'm in an event, and I think I'm going to do it then. But it would be a great Mother's Day, like, gift, a little project if you want to make something. Or for yourself, just a very springy project. But I love the lavender. It's so pretty. But I got that. It was a pretty good size grapevine wreath. It was heart shaped, and it was just covered in that that faux lavender. So I'm excited. I'm actually gonna put it to use. You don't know how often I buy stuff at Goodwill. I'm like, oh, this will be a great project. This will be a great project. Like that lampshade. I've had that thing for a while. I finally got around to making it, and I'm like, what took me so long? I knew I wanted to make it. Okay, sorry about that. I had to rip those. Okay, so I'm going to also, for the blue, I'm going to tear it around the edges. I'm just going to wet the edges and tear it also, because I don't want it to be super, what else do I need for it? I got them over there somewhere. I need another pack. Oh, I'm getting, I'll show y'all. I'm going to get a pack of those. They come in a pack of 10. The little flower pot starter things. I'm going to get a pack of those, and then I'm going to get some little styrofoam balls, big enough that'll fit in there. So I think maybe like 2-inch, maybe just under 2-inch. I want the, I'll just measure them while I'm there, but I want to put a styrofoam ball in each one, and then I'll cover it with moss and put my lavender in there. But I had one. Well, you know what? I'm just going to show you. Hold on. I had one. I haven't put the moss in it. Okay. Oh, wait. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. This is, yeah, seed starter pots. That's what, and you get 10. This is at Dollar Tree. Look, they look like cardboard. You know what I'm talking about. They're little 2-inch pots. So, and then look, these are 1.9 inch. There was 4 in the package. But you just want to get styrofoam balls that will fit in your pot. Let me get one out. You know, just something that will fit in there. But look at this. Okay, now I haven't put moss in it, okay? But look how stinking cute that is. And I want to make a wreath with these. So I need several. So I was going to go ahead and make some in advance, so I can actually get to the wreath part when I do the live, because I'll only have an hour. But how cute is that? It needs moss in it. You can see the styrofoam ball down there. And if you don't have moss, you could even get, you know that back in the gift wrap section at Dollar Tree, they have the crinkle paper, a little crinkle paper to put in your like gift bags and stuff. You could get brown or green or whatever and, you know, put that in there. Anything to hide that little styrofoam ball. But how stinking cute is that? All I did was I painted, look, they're not even straight. I painted stripes. You can still see the brown in between the stripes. So it kind of looks like it's shaded. Isn't that pretty? And I just tied some twine around it. But I had a few, and but I did some purple and cream, and then I did the green and cream, and then I dry brushed it to make it look softer. How stinking cute is that? I love that. But I need more. Did I wet this already? I think I let it dry. No. I get to talking and I can't keep up with what I'm doing. But if you saw the wreath I made last year with the succulents in the little pots from Dollar Tree, I did a wreath and it's hanging on my front door. It's hanging on the inside of my front door. But it's so pretty. And I thought this would be fun, and it'll give me a chance to use up that lavender I bought that I got at Goodwill. Okay, come on. What is it? Oh, that's not well. What is it covered in? It's what is what covered with? This is just, it's this little pot, and I just painted it. But you could decoupage it. You could decoupage like a little pretty napkin, or cut out a flower off of a napkin, or a birdhouse, or whatever. Anything that's small enough to put on there. That's what I started out doing, was I was trying to decoupage it. And then I thought, wait, stripes. I thought the stripes looked really pretty. And they're not straight at all. Okay. All right, we got it. Why was I having such a hard time with that? Let's see. All right, so now we are going to put it all together with some Mod Podge. And then we'll start at the bottom. All right, make sure y'all can y'all see what I'm doing? Lower this down just a teensy bit more. There we go. Right. You could do this on any size, any scrap wood you have, or you could do paint sticks. Just line them up into like a rectangle. Of course, it wouldn't be I mean, you'd have to add to it to make it a shelf sitter, but you can make a little sign, a little hanger, put a hanger on it. Okay, and like I said, I want a little bit of a little jagged edge to show at the bottom. Move. There we go. Okay. One there. Oh, wait. I cut the little, see where the edge of the paper, I cut that off for these down here. All right, let me see how far down my blue paper goes. I'm not making the white strips as wide as the red because I want more red on there. But you can do it however you want. And I want it to start with red. So red. Okay. They're not going to be even. It's okay though, right? Some might be further apart than others. But that's how I want it. Just going to cut this white off. All right, there's my blue, some red, and red. Okay. Oh, I might have to cut another piece. Okay. All right, go ahead and get this one on. Hey, Lenora. Hey, Lori. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Jane. Hey, everybody. Thanks for popping in. We are working on a patriotic shelf sitter using a piece of scrap wood and just some paper. And I titled it Red, White, and Bloom because instead of stars, I'm going to put some flowers on there. So I thought that was kind of catchy, Red, White, and Bloom. On there. You could do this with fabric too, instead of paper. Put some fabric strips on here. It'd be pretty. All right, this one. These are a little shorter. I'm doing the blue last. That way it can overlap the edges of these red pieces. Okay, let's see. Trying to get them straight. Somewhat straight. Don't think, nope, this one's not long enough, so let me cut another piece off. Tear a piece. You need some flowers in your scoops. I'll see if there's some flowers goes in there. This one's going on top, so it can actually overlap, and I can just sand it off if it's too wide. I just wanted the top to start with red, so I didn't really start with a blank spot, you know. Okay. So, let's see. Yeah. Right. Trying to keep all the Mod Podge on one napkin so I don't lay my project on top of a napkin that's covered in Mod Podge. Everything sticks to it. Y'all, it's doing that again. It's just showing the names rolling by. It's so annoying. It's been doing that for a while. You would think Facebook would fix it by now. You know it's a glitch. Okay. Alright, so I've got all my red stripes. Again, it is backwards, so I know it looks like they're going in the blue's going to look like it's on the wrong side, but I promise it's right. Alright, so I'm going to Mod Podge my blue on here. Make sure I get all the edges. I gave a sneak peek in my group, in my private group, of one of the projects going into the May subscription box. And it's one of the there's two options with that. Well, there's a couple options with it, but you can either get a single box or a double box. So it'll either have one project or two projects in it. Like everybody gets what the one project is. And if you're in the double box, you get a second project. And it's a patriotic one this month. And I gave a sneak peek. It was like a portion of the picture. But I've got the project up here. I might give you, because I see a couple of the ladies in here that are in the group. I might give y'all another peek of the whole thing, actually, is a sneak peek. Because I actually finished the sample of the project. And then the other project is going to be that, did y'all see the faux dried flowers stickers that I did on a project? I did like that glass. It's so pretty. It's hanging in my kitchen. Because my backsplash is white tiles. They're these like Moroccan looking white tiles. They're solid white. But it stands out so pretty. It's like glass and it's got like the faux dried flowers. It's a frame. And it's so pretty. So I said I would share those. And so I'm sending them all, some of those with a project. I don't know yet. I'm still putting some together. So what they'll be putting those on is going to be a surprise. But, hang on. This is the, it says Sweet Freedom. It's got a little ice cream. Get it? Sweet. I thought it was cute. This would be cute. It's kind of big for a tiered tray. It'd be cute to put it like if you have a coffee bar or if you just decorate around your kitchen. It looks like a little cutting board. I think it'd be cute with some ribbon right here. But it says Sweet Freedom. It's just backwards on the camera. But look at the ice cream. But it's so cute. That's going to be in the double box. So anybody in the double box subscription is getting that one. Okay. So here's where we are so far. I got to sand this off. It's kind of sticking over the edge. But let me dry it a little bit. And then I'm going to take those stamps that I was showing you, the clear stamps. You can get them at Dollar Tree. This is just optional. I just want to do this. And then I'm going to paint my flowers white. I'm just going to sponge those whites. Sand this off. I had a rough piece of sandpaper up here earlier. What did I do with it? There it is. I'm going to use it. Okay. All right. I'll take a little sponge. Like I said, you could, if you don't have little flower cutouts, you could do, you could decoupage. Like if you got some pictures of like daisies or something, or if you have some like faux daisies, that'd be cute on there too. Right. Or you could do stars. You don't have to do bloom. I just wanted to do red, white, and bloom. Huh. Oh, that was cute. Or I've seen red, white, and boom. You could do like little firecrackers. If you have some little arrows, that would be cute. Paint them like little firecrackers, fireworks. Firecrackers, yeah. Be firecrackers. That would be very cute. Okay, one more. I think I'm going to use 5. That's what I've got here. Alrighty. I have decided I'm not doing a paint party for May. Just because it's getting so late in the month. I mean, I guess I could. I kept putting it off and putting it off. And I was like, because I know in June we're doing another porch cleaner. For May, I was like, God, what can I do for May? Everything kept leading to, I kept thinking Mother's Day. Then I was thinking spring, but we just did a spring project that actually said spring on it. I don't know. My head is already moving to summer. We could do something coastal. I don't know. I just, be honest, I've had all this stuff going on with Callie moving, and she was my help actually for the paint parties. My aunt was like, I'll help you if it's on a day that I'm off. And I was like, so then I have to try to figure out how to schedule around her. I could probably do it if, oh, I had tons of ideas, but they didn't involve painting. Like I had lots of projects that didn't really involve painting, and I thought, I'm calling it a paint party and we're not going to be painting. I wonder if people would be like, I don't want to do that. Like little things like I've done craft, not necessarily this one, but like this craft didn't involve any painting, but it was a fun craft. The banner that I didn't involve any painting, but that was fun. So I don't know. I might take a poll and see if people would be interested in doing like a group project like that if it doesn't involve painting. you know? Like I would send all the stuff and we just put something together. It'd be something fun. I don't know. But I kind of thought, well, maybe I'll take a break on May because we're going to jump back in June and then we've got July. So I've got things lined up for those. I don't know. May just kind of caught me off guard. Okay, those are drying. Okay, the stamps. Let me show you. I don't have a big stamp pad. So what I'm doing is, I'm wondering if I need, oh, you know what? Y'all know, I'm going to dry brush this only because I want it to soften. I like how bright it is, but I kind of want to soften it up. You're okay with it not being paint? See, I have tons of project ideas that don't involve painting, you know? And I'm like, well, we don't always have to paint. And then I was like, well, why did I call it paint party? Because when we started out, I was like, oh, I got all these ideas for painting stuff. Okay, y'all, I'm just going to dry brush it just to kind of distress it or soften it up a little. Watch, see how bright it is? I'm going to tone it down a little. You'll still be able to see it, but just going to just tone it down a little. Kind of age it. I'm going to start out kind of soft with it. I'll do that. I'll do a poll. And I may even show a project and see who would be interested. You know, if only a few people, that's still fun. We don't need a huge group. I just like crafting. It's just therapeutic. It also mutes this a little bit so that when my flowers are on here, they'll pop a little bit more. It'll still be blue, but it's just kind of softened it up a little bit. Okay. So see, you can still see it. It just kind of toned it down a little bit. Okay. All right. Let me think. Okay, I'm going to stamp it, and then I'm going to put my flowers on, and I might stamp them too. Sorry. Let's see. I really like this one. And I'm calling it Blooms. These are like, it's hard to see. Let me check them out. Got this at Dollar Tree the other day. I really like it. Y'all, I haven't taken a picture of, if you saw that dog I was painting the other day, I was trying to make it look like Maggie. I'm still not 100% sure I like it. Yeah, I mean, we could maybe instead of doing bingo, I could just do Happy Mail and maybe some other prizes or something. Bingo is a lot to keep up with because you have to like call out the numbers, and then you got to get people to send their card, a picture of their card to check their bingo. And then there's always people that, I mean, things come up. Somebody might, you know, their phone might kick them out and come back in. They're like, did I miss a number? We have to go back and read it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but it's even more work when it's just you. So it's like, oh my gosh. Okay. I might do that. Hey, Tina Marie. Do you like this, Diane? I love this. I think it's thick enough. It could be a shelf sitter. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Like I said, if you have an ink pad, you could just do your ink pad. I don't have one. I have one somewhere because I have tons of stamps, but I don't know where it's at. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take, this is what I always do. I'm going to take one of my little makeup sponge pieces, just a little sponge, and I'm going to do I'm trying to decide, do I want to do black, stamp the images or words or whatever in black, or bright blue? Should I do bright blue? Because that's the only blue is right up here. Couldn't hurt. Let's try the blue. All right, so here's all I'm going to do. I don't want a ton of paint on here. So I'm going to tap off most of my paint so my sponge isn't globby. I'm just going to stamp on top of the design. If you do this with a brush, you know how stencils and stamps, you don't want to get them all globby. I just want this to be kind of faint, almost like it's distressed. If it gets too much, I can just dry brush over it. So okay. Just press it on. Okay. So you can just barely see it in there. So it's almost like just a hint of it. Okay, so I did that one. I'm going to do, I like this one because it's like a whole bunch of words, but you can't really read it. It's just like little tiny, it's really not even words. It's just a fine print. It's almost like Braille. There's no real words there. Right. This one actually has some flowers and stuff on it too. Just gonna press it on. Let me get back over here. Okay. You see? So it's almost like, it almost looks like the white, instead of just plain white stripes, maybe I tore some paper that had writing on it. And you could also distress this. You could like go over it with some brown, you know, to make it look a little grungy. It would really fade in that way too. It's not in any particular order. I'm just kind of randomly pressing them on here. And you can't see it real good from a distance. It's just very faded in. Let's see. Do this one again. These, this stamp is from Dollar Tree. What did I do this on? Oh, I did it on that bird. That bird that we did in our private group. I did some of these stamps on it and it turned out, I did it in black. It turned out really pretty. Ooh, that one, oh, flowers. Actually, I kind of like it a little darker. You'll see that right there. It almost makes this whole part look like fabric, like red, white, and blue fabric. Instead of being separate, the stripes being separate. Okay, let's see. I might do another one of those down here. Yeah. I like this big one, this big floral. Goes with our whole red, white, and bloom theme. Okay, let's see. But once you put it down, just press it straight down. Don't wiggle it or it'll smear your design. Okay. All right, let me do this one more time. And we'll get our flowers up there where the stars would be. Let's see how that looks. You know, another thing you can do is leave your stamp laying down and like press your piece on top of it. You see it down? Trying to see where else I need. You know what I might do? You can see through this, so it makes it easy to, if I leave them on here, I can just line them up where I want them. That's much better. You always figure something out towards the end. You're like, wow. Why did I think of that to begin with? Okay, let's see. I like that much better. Okay, one more. And I'll put the stars on, or the flowers. Look at these, like, let me see. Like here, and here. Where else did I do it? I wish I would have thought of that to begin with. I'm gonna put one there, and there. So yeah, and actually leaving them on here, because when I peeled that off, the back side is a little sticky, kind of tacky. I should have left it on there. But you know, if you wash these with soapy water, like wash it with like some of your dishwashing liquid, wash it with soapy water, and then let it dry, and it should stick back to your little cling wrap paper, or the, you know, the little backing. It should stick back on there. All right. And I usually just take a baby wipe and just wipe these off before I put them away. All right, so I'm gonna leave this like that. No, I'm not. Actually, I'm gonna sorry. I'm gonna dry brush a little bit over, just to make it, because it's a little dark in some spots. But I do like that you kind of see a little bit of a design or a print. And it's kind of faded. Okay, now I'm gonna put the flowers on. I think I'm gonna a little more. I think I might hot glue them, or no, I'm gonna do wood glue, because I don't know where I'm gonna put this. If I put it outside and it gets hot, not like out in the weather, but like on the porch, if it gets hot, that hot glue, I don't know, it might turn loose. I'll do a little hot glue and a little wood glue. How's that sound? Okay. Thank you, Donna. When I stamp, it always leaves marks outside of the stamp. Do this. Next time you do that, next time you stamp, just don't use a brush. Use like a flat sponge, even if you use one of these. And you can even pull this sponge off. You know, these pull these twist right off the stick like that. Save these. These are like little dowel rods. You'd be amazed. I mean, I've been saving them, but they might come in handy for a little project. So, and then just throw this away. But you could do that. Take that off and just use that as a stamp. But stamp it in your color and pat it off on your paper towel because you don't want a glob of paint. You just want to just touch the top of the stamp. You don't want to get it down in the cracks. And then take a Q-tip. And if any, like you were saying, the outside of the stamp gets on there, take a Q-tip and go around and get off any excess paint. And then just make sure you press it. Don't like rocket press it. Just press just on the, that's what made it easy with these little ones. You could just press it with your finger. But just press on the design. And maybe that'll help. Yeah, I hate that like with the wood stamps. Sometimes it's easy to get the edge of that block. You know, when they're on that block of wood. Okay, all right. Let's put this. Hoping my hot glue was hot enough. I just plugged in the hot glue. Hey, Lori. Hey, Mary. Hey, Marlene. Hello, everybody. We are finishing up our little patriotic shelf sitter. Just going to put a little dab, different spots. Okay. So they're almost like retro looking little flowers. I think it'd be cute with daisies or sunflowers would be cute too. Thank you, Cindy. Hey, Sarah. Hello. So I think it's cute. You could do this with fabric if you don't have paper. Any strips of, and it could be print. It doesn't have to be solids. It doesn't have to have a certain design. You could even do white fabric. I've got that white fabric that's got little tiny red polka dots. I almost started to do that. But also, let me do this. I painted the edges. I'm going to do this. Look, I'm just going to dab some of the blue on this stamp, and I'm just going to take and just press this on here. See, it did. Can you see that? Ow, my elbow. I probably should have painted it between each press, but that's an easier way, especially if you're doing a little narrow places. Just press it on like that. So there's something there, but it's not like solid. It looks kind of cool. I'm gonna show y'all one I did the other day. Over the weekend, I did stars, but I did the stamping part with, I think I did it with burnt umber, and it's a little bit different paper. Hold on, I'll show you. It's a little smaller. I just want something on here. Okay, and I'll show you this other one. Probably need to stamp it between each press, right? Okay, but it shows up a little better there. But look at this one I did blue on this one. I think it's burnt umber. And I did stars. I didn't do flowers, but can y'all see the brown? That paper is a little bit different than this. It's similar. It was out of the same file. I think it's different. It's bigger. It's a bigger print. But I did stars. But I did the sides also. This is a thicker, it's smaller, but I didn't do these sides because where the grains are, it didn't really take it real well. But I did the smooth sides. Just to, you know, so it wasn't plain. But I like this one too with the stars. And like I said, you could even find paper that has stars or a napkin. Just cut out the napkin part that has, you know, stars. But if you want them kind of 3D, you could do that. All right, so I thought that was cute with flowers too. Red, white, and bloom. And they're perfect little shelf sitters or leaners. This one's a little thinner. So, I mean, it'll stand up, but it'll probably blow over. This one's a chunky block of wood. But it's really easy. So if you have scrap wood, and like I said, even if you wanted to make it like hanging, you could do paint sticks. And you could even decoupage each paint stick first and then line them up. That way you can sand the edges, you know. So decoupage your paint sticks and then line them up, and then, you know, use popsicle sticks or another paint stick to brace the back, and then put a hanger on it. That'd be cute. Or you can make a leaner. You can make it tall, make a leaner. Lean it on a shelf or on your porch. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you. Like I said, today's only Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I know I'm in an event Sunday. I'll post the graphic for that event if they've put it out yet. I'm gonna do this little project with y'all. I love these little pots. How stinking cute is that? But they're just the little Dollar Tree starter seed pots. You get 10, but I've used some of them, so you get 10 in a little package. So go grab you some of these. They go quick. I know I got some last year, and I did some project, and then I went back for some more, and they were all gone. So I just saw them. They've just been putting out like spring and summer stuff. So I love it. I love it. Love it. I did other colors too. And like I said, you could decoupage little flower or ladybug or something like that. That'd be so cute. It'd be cute. Those would be cute on a tiered tray too. Tiered tray or little fillers on your little shelf or something like that. All right. All right. I'm going to get off here. Clean this mess up. I got to get back to packing scoops. Scoops are all these little bitty little things, so it takes me a little while. How many do you need? It depends what you're going to do with them. I want to make a wreath with mine, so I'm gonna post a picture of that wreath that I made last year. If y'all didn't see it, with the they're not these pots, they're bigger, from Dollar Tree, and I put Dollar Tree has succulents. Walmart has succulents to faux succulent. I can't keep real plants alive, so everything's faux with me. But you could put succulents in one. I just have the faux lavender, but I want to try to figure out how to make a wreath. So I'm going to get one of the wreath forms, you know, the wire wreath form, I think. Unless I come up with... I also had it in my head to maybe do not a round wreath, maybe a square one, and maybe do chippy wood with, because I just bought a couple packs of paint sticks. So if I come up with an idea for using the paint sticks, I might do that. Make a different kind of wreath. I've seen people make a wreath out of a picture frame, you know. So I'm just trying to figure out, I know I want to do these. I want to do several of these. And just depending what I put them on, I don't know how many I'm going to need. So, I don't know what to tell you, Sue. I don't know how many you would need. It just depends where you're going to put them. But I tell you what, I think these are stinking cute on their own, you know? Cute to sit on a little shelf or in a window. If you have a little window sill, that would be so cute. I don't have any window sills. We have those plantation shutters, so everything's kind of closed in on those. So, it'd be cute like on a little bathroom counter. I don't know. I just thought it was so cute. I was like, I gotta do something with it. I use a bunch of them. But I'll do it Sunday. And if I figure out what I'm going to do in advance, I'll let you know. But I think it would be fun to use up some wood. A different wreath. I don't want just a plain round wreath. I'm afraid they would get lost if I stuck them in a greenery wreath. They wouldn't stand out as much. So, we'll see. We'll see. All right. I will probably see y'all before then. I hope to see y'all before then. But if not, I'll post the graphic of what time I'll be on Sunday. Hey, Dawn. Just use one of your... I saw her, Angel. I saw her post that y'all, if Manda Panda Projects, she got one of my Angel's wood cutouts. Actually, she got it off of the Whatnot auction I did last year. And hers was like pieced together. It was, I think her wings had a hole. And it was a set of wings that had a hanger hole. I noticed hers had a hole in it, but she did the angel with the wings, and she did a patriotic, and it was so cute. I saw her say, hey, y'all, I'm going to do this. And I was like, I can't wait to see what you do with it. And then Callie showed up with Riley and all this stuff, and I was like, wait. And I missed it. But last night I went back and watched the replay, and I reactivated that angel because the angel was in my shop, but it wasn't active. So I just activated it. Somebody's already bought one, but she did it so cute. Her wings were patriotic, and then the angel was white, and I think she did some stuff on the body. It was so adorable. I've been in this patriotic mood too. I've been making all kinds of little patriotic stuff. I did these little flags with these skewers. I did that banner the other day on that live. Oh, do y'all want to see my dog before I sign off? I'm still not happy with it. That's why I haven't taken a picture of it. I said I was going to take a picture of it next to Maggie. I was trying to paint it to look kind of like her. But there's something about the black snout, because she's German Shepherd and Golden Retriever. Now, this dog has a shorter snout, but I still can't. And it's got that broken butterfly. It's only got half a butterfly. If I can find another butterfly, I'm going to try to snap this one off and replace it. But I tried to do, her chest is white. She's got a little white under her chin, but her tail is actually a lot lighter. So I tried to do that, but it's not white. It's more of a golden color. But I'm still messing with it. It's got its eyes closed. And she's got those like black eyebrow things. I tried to do her eyeliner. Her eyes look like she's wearing eyeliner. Where's that picture of her? It's still up here. There's Maggie. So I tried, but I haven't taken it outside. I was going to take a picture of her sitting next to it. I know she's going to see this and think, what the heck is that? Who is that? But it was just this color. It was like a blackish green. It's like that big rabbit I got at Ross, and I painted it to look like concrete. So I'm still working on this. That's why I haven't taken a picture, but I will. I promise. I need to seal it too. I need to spray it with some polyacrylic clear coat, because it's probably gonna be outside. Of course, I don't know. I tried to even paint the little claws, the little nails. So it's getting there. It's getting there. That's why I haven't posted a picture. But no, I was saying, I've been in this patriotic mood, and I did these the other day on that live. This little banner. Aren't these cute? I ended up putting the little rickrack on the back. Oh, and I made the little seam on the back. I just glued that so we can slide these however far apart we need them, or as close together as we need them. But isn't that cute? See, this is what I was talking about when I was talking about a project that doesn't involve painting. Something like this, or did y'all see that patriotic pillow, accent pillow I made last year? I was looking at those for possibly for my private group, but that might be something that we could do as a group project, like the paint party project. It's just not paint. So anyway, let me turn off my glue gun before I forget. All right, y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me. I will see y'all. If I don't see you tomorrow, hey, Krista. If I don't see you tomorrow or Saturday, I will see you Sunday because I'm in, I think it's Krista's. Krista's still in here? It's in Krista's group. So, not ready for patriotic yet, but it's tough. Only reason I'm doing patriotic is because for May, we've got Memorial Day, and I want to decorate my porch patriotic for the whole month of May because I hate putting stuff out and then having to pack it back up. So I want to enjoy it for the month. And then maybe for June, I might pull some of it back in. And then in July, you know, towards late June, pop it back out there because we got 4th of July coming. So, and then in September, we have Labor Day. So I'll probably decorate my porch. So that's why I was like, I'm going to go ahead and get all this done because I always have all these ideas and then I just run out of time. Same thing with Christmas. You know, that's why I have to start early because I get busy and I forget. But so I just like to throw some ideas out there because not everybody will do all of them, but they might see one that they're like, oh, I like that. You know, I'll make those. You know, not everybody goes overboard with it. So you don't need a lot, you know. Sometimes you can just do something cute like this and stick it in a little planter or, you know, something. If you have a picnic or something, you know, you could put them on a little centerpiece on a table. Something fun. So, all kinds of ideas. But, yeah, I think these are cute, too, because you could sit them out anywhere. Anywhere. All right, y'all. I'm going to get off. I do this when I'm on the phone, too. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go. Oh, you know what? Blah, 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 blah. That's why I don't answer my phone. I can't get off the phone. So, you live your patriotic from May to the end of July. It's a good idea. May. But then, I mean, September, I run out. September, I start thinking fall. So, I used to always use, when school starts back, that was my sign that I could go ahead and start planning for fall. Not everybody does that, and school starting back so much earlier now. Our school starts back the first week of August, so I'm not ready for fall that early. So, okay, I'm going. Y'all have a great day. Thank you for hanging out with me.